Yo, what is up YouTube? James Baek here, and welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. So we are using the Manectric team once again with Manectric, Tapu Bulu, Incineroar, Gyarados, Gyarados, and Celesteela. I feel like this team has a lot of potential. I just haven't really been playing as well, but I think it's a pretty cool team, and if you haven't checked out the previous episodes, I highly recommend you doing so. But yesterday I was brought to attention that if I just click Psyshock instead of Ice Beam, I actually would have won the game. And yeah, I actually didn't pay attention to the Como's defense, which I probably should have. But yeah, then again, I was like recording at like 11. I was recording at like 11 p.m. because I was trying to get that video out. But we got Mark with the team of Zapdos, Mawile, Landorus Fairy, the Tapu Fini, Cresselia, and Aegislash. Okay. Incineroar looks really good here. So does Aegislash. Aegislash can put in a lot of work too. There's a lot of Pokemon that can put in work. I like Tapu Bulu plus Incineroar because it does well against the majority of my opponent's team. There's not really a Pokemon combination. Well, like a Pokemon that can take hits from Incineroar plus the Tapu Bulu. Celesteela also looks pretty nice with Flamethrower. Gyarados kind of looks nice for the Intimidate. And 2% Sky Strike could be nice, but Manectric's Lightning Rod's looking really good here. I think I would want to opt for no Gyarados because Gyarados doesn't seem to do much against my opponent. I think I'm going to lead Incineroar, Tapu Bulu with Manectric and Celesteela in the back. I want to lead Incineroar, Tapu Bulu because my opponent doesn't really have a good switch into it. Landorus could lead, I guess, but I'm not really too worried about Landorus because I could always switch into Celesteela. Gyarados doesn't do much. I might be going in without my Z move, but it doesn't really look like it does much in this game. And Manectric for the Lightning Rod because it can help support my Celesteela. It can also give Intimidate as well as Lightning Rod in this game, so we'll see how this goes. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go. I feel like this team does have potential though, so we'll see how it goes. I wonder what my opponent's going to lead. That's the question. Fini would be an alright lead for me. Like, I get a Banded Woodhammer off, and Banded Woodhammer's looking to do a lot of work against my opponent. I could actually just fake out and Banded Woodhammer my opponent turn 1, I think. So we're going to see Landorus Mawile, so it's actually double Intimidate. Okay. So my opponent going to double Intimidate me, okay. Not sure how much I like that. Not sure how much I like that. What do you do if you're my opponent? You could, if you have Groundium, you could go for Groundium. You could be Flying, which I could definitely see. I could fake out Woodhammer, but I feel like I would have to trade both my Pokemon here. I can't really switch out into Play Rough. I could switch out Incineroar or go on to Celesteela, which I kind of like. And I think I could go for the Banded Woodhammer into Landorus because it'll do a lot of damage no matter what anyway, and put in range of maybe a Flash Cannon. And the reason I think I do have to sack Bulu here, luckily Bulu's expendable here. Although I would really love to keep Bulu on the field. Maybe I should let Celesteela. Celesteela would have been a nice lead against my opponent, but wasn't sure what my opponent would bring here. So Mawile's going to Mega Evolve. Okay, so I don't have to worry about Intimidate later on from that Mawile coming out. We'll see what the Landorus does. Does it have Supersonic Sky Strike? Does it target out on top of Bulu? And is it like a Play Rough into the Incineroar slot? It's just going to be a Rock Slide. Okay. So I could have just faked out maybe the Mawile and got a huge Woodhammer off, but I do get the huge Woodhammer off. It is going to go out into the Landorus slot, and that's Banded, and look at how much damage that does. That does some good damage, as Iron Head going to come out into the Tapu Bulu slot, which will pick up the knockout, but that's alright. Now I can go out into, I think I could go on to Manectric, Intimidate, or I could go on Incineroar. Incineroar seems fine. I'm not sure if this is Z-move Landorus. I would assume it is though, so I could fake out the Landorus. I could also Flare Blitz the Mawile. Although maybe the better play was to go into Manectric, Protect, and Autotomize. Then I could have, yeah, I might have actually liked that better. Could be Z-move on the Zapdos though, and might be Assault Vest. I think I'm going to Autotomize with Celesteela here, and I think I'm just going to go for a fake out into the Mawile slot. I'm going to hope for no flinch. I can see Landorus withdrawing here. Yep. Okay, perfect. Into the Zapdos. Perfect. So that's not bad for me, especially since I do have my... Okay, Mawile protects. That's okay too, because I get free Autotomize off. So I can fake out the Mawile, and next turn I could Flare Blitz, maybe? I could also Flamethrower the Mawile slot, because I could see it switching to maybe Landorus and a Tailwind going up. The Autotomize is going to be pretty interesting here. I don't really want to take a give with Havoc though. I think just Flare Blitz into the Maul is a pretty safe move. If I weaken Mawile, like, then it's like a lot less of a threat to my Manectric, as Maul is actually going to retreat, which is a good play into Landorus. I could have got my special attack Beast Boost. Could have got my special attack Beast Boost, which would have been nice. Timnite going to fire off. If it's Gigavolt Havoc into Celesteela, that's really good for me because I do have weakness policy, so we'll see here. I don't think you Thunderbolt directly. I'm pretty sure it's Tailwind or Heat Wave. That works too, I guess. So maybe my opponent just wanted to Heat Wave just to get some chip onto Celesteela. Flare Blitz going to come out into the Landorus, which will pick up the knockout. I wonder what item the Zapdos is. I wonder if it's Misty Seed or Electrium. I think it'd be Electrium, to be honest. I do knock out the Landorus. I would have preferred getting the special attack Beast Boost and then getting a +3 Celesteela. That would have been nice. Mawile's going to come out. Leech Seed would actually be nice here, but I feel like I can just fire off a Flash Cannon, Flamethrower. I would double up in the Mawile slot, but you could protect. I'm worried about if my opponent just attacks with Play Rough though, but I don't feel like my opponent should go for that play. I'm going to go hard into Manectric actually, because I feel like you should still be fearing Flare Blitz from my, what's it called? My Incineroar. So Sucker Punch actually going to come out into Celesteela, which is not going to pick up the knockout, but that's a really strong Sucker Punch into Heat Wave. Might actually be able to pick up the knockout. Flamethrower does a really good amount to the Mawile, and Thunderbolt into my Manectric. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, that's so good. Now my Manectric's at +1. It's looking to do some work. And I don't know how fast the Mawile is. How much does Sucker Punch do? I don't think another Sucker Punch knocks me out. I kind of just want a Flamethrower here. The Mawile, and I think I want a Snarl. Yeah, Snarl's fine. Snarl is okay by me. The Snarl should allow my Celesteela to live a Heat Wave. Also, Manectric doesn't take too much damage. Mawile wants to attack. I do pick up the knockout onto it. So this is looking pretty good for me, I feel like. Still not sure. Like, it really comes down to what my opponent's last Pokemon is. Incineroar is still looking to do a lot of work since I got rid of Landorus though. But if it's Tapu Fini, I do have to be worried, as Mawile's going to protect, okay? As I will be able to get a Flamethrower off into the Protect, and the Snarl is going to come out into that Zapdos slot. And if you go for Heat Wave, you activate my weakness policy. So, oh, Roost. Okay, so maybe my opponent just wants a safe play in case I doubled up the Zapdos slot. That works for me though. I wonder if you're going to switch out Mawile here. I could definitely see that play. With Roost, you're not really doing much with Zapdos, though. I think I could just Flamethrower the Mawile. I really don't need to be worried. I think I'm just going to protect my Manectric. I don't think I don't want to take a Sucker Punch one. I don't want to Mega Evolve yet either. And nice, my opponent actually just stays in attacks. I could see Sucker Punch in the Manectric here. A Sucker Punch. Yeah, in the Manectric. Perfect. I get the Beast Boost with Celesteela. That's excellent for me. I felt like you wanted to Sucker Punch Manectric because Manectric looks like a huge threat to your team. As I do knock out the Mawile here. Does Zapdos go for an attack here? Heat Wave. Thunderbolt again. I don't think Sucker Punch knocks out Manectric, especially... not sure about the Thunderbolt play into Manectric directly. Wait, did he Thunderbolt the Manectric? I think he did Thunderbolt the Manectric directly. I don't know. Aegislash going to come out, which is okay here because I can go for Flamethrower. I could actually double Flamethrower if I really want. I could also Snarl here, which is looking pretty tempting. I think I'd rather double Flamethrower though the Aegislash, since I should be able to pick up a knockout since I have a Beast Boost with Celesteela and I have a +1 with Manectric. I'll stay in normal form just in case. And this is looking pretty good because if I can knock out Aegislash, like, Zapdos shouldn't be able to beat my Incineroar. Plus, my Manectric, and this Aptos doesn't look like it can do much to my Manectric in the first place, so I'll gladly double up the Aegislash slot. Like, Zapdos can't do much if it's just going to Roost or Heat Wave, or if it wants to continue Thunderbolting, but Thunderbolt's not going to change anything. It looks like Aegislash stays in, so if I can pick up the knock on this Aegislash, that would be amazing, as it looks like I will, because that did way too much. So I get a double Flamethrower into that Aegislash. I just realized that there's no music. I didn't put any music because I was doing the Christmas song. Okay, I'm gonna put on some Battle Revolution music then, because that's always fun. Heat Wave gonna come out, which is fine. Because ka-ching! Weakness policy. So we finally get a game where Celesteela is putting in some massive work. And it really is. I will go for Flamethrower and I will just Snarl here. And I don't even have to Mega Evolve because I don't need to. There's no reason to. As the match is going to be forfeited. Celesteela putting in some work, finally! Okay, that's one of my wishes with this team that I really want to do. And the other one is getting Latios in a position where it can do some major work. It could have done major work in the last game of the last episode if I didn't screw up. Oh man, we could have already had my Christmas wish list with this team already fulfilled. But unfortunately, gotta find a game where I can do really well with my Latios. But yeah, I think overall I was just playing safe. Like, I played, I think was that Mark from New Jersey? I'm not sure. I didn't actually look at like the place. I only saw the name. So if that was Mark from New Jersey, I have played him several times, so especially online. So I've kind of got used to like somehow like the way he kind of plays. But I feel like just making the safe plays was just very valuable here. There wasn't much my opponent could really do, especially since I think he needed to Sucker Punch Manectric there by any odds. But did he Thunderbolt into Manectric directly? Maybe expect Incineroar switch in? I don't know. I don't think I had a reason not to stay in with Manectric though and just click like Flamethrower or Snarl again, to be honest. But yeah, Manectric putting in some work. So did Celesteela. That weakness policy Celesteela. If only I went for the KO onto the Landorus, I would have already had the +1. I'd actually even knocked out Mawile. Didn't it do like over 60% to the Mawile? Man, that's crazy. But Celesteela putting in some work. But overall, I think it was just safe. I think Incineroar was pretty nice. The double Intimidate was a nice lead. But yeah, because it was really annoying for me. But luckily, I was able to maneuver with my Celesteela. I would sack my Bulu just for the damage onto Landorus. We've seen in previous episodes that Landorus has always been like a big problem to this team. And yeah, luckily we didn't really need Gyarados in that episode. I think I brought the 4 Pokemon, and yeah, Celesteela was interesting. Like, so I think Leech Seed could have helped a lot, but I think that the Autotomize set put in a lot of work. There wasn't really ways my opponent could really outspeed him. Didn't go for the Tailwind, I think, just in case, like, you know, Mawile probably didn't outspeed anything, because I'm guessing maybe it's like a Tail Rune team, like it has 2 different options of speed control, and Aegislash can outspeed either of my Pokemon either. So yeah, so my opponent not to have Tailwind made sense throughout the game, even though it can maybe outspeed one thing, it didn't outspeed the other. But we're going to cut it to the second game of today's episode, so we'll be right back with the second game of today's episode. Alright, we got our second opponent from Japan, 1722 rating. And can we finally get an episode where we can go positive with this team? Pretty please. Okay, Latios. No. Latios is really good against Salamence. Oh, this is going to be annoying for sure. This is going to be annoying for sure. Incineroar can put in a lot of work against my opponent. This is a really weird matchup. Because Salamence combined with Mimikyu, Snorlax, Persian, and Xurkitree is confusing. It's really confusing for me because I have no idea what I should really bring here. I think I want to go Manectric Celesteela. I think Incineroar does really well, and I think I'm gonna either have to knock out the Salamence early with Celesteela. I think Bulu's like necessary against this because Bulu literally puts in so much work with Banded Woodhammer. And that's like my best way to KO a lot of things, like the bulky Pokemon on my opponent's team. This looks like a Belly Drum setup team, and I don't feel like I do well against this just because like I don't have too much offensive pressure with this team straight out. Like Banded Woodhammer, maybe Z-move, but otherwise I don't really have much, especially since I'm not bringing Gyarados, since Intimidate's affecting it. Persian Circuitry, okay. I'll go for Snarl and switch into Bulu, I think. Which I do think is the best play here. The problem is you're gonna fake out Manectric most likely, and I would imagine you Tail Glow, but then you can Parting Shot the Bulu out in your Mence. Oh, there's so many problems turn 1. But I gotta go in a Bulu, it's my only play here. I gotta go in a Bulu, it's my only play. I wish I had HP Ice. It's kind of weird because there's so many moves I want to run on Manectric, but yeah, like HP Ice is useful in some situations. Fake Out is going to go into Manectric and a Tail Glow, yep. I wonder if you protect with Circuitry if you're attack here. I feel like even if I anticipate to protect and go in an immense slot, like I'm not going to get much board positioning out of it. But I could Volt Switch the Persian and Woodhammer to Circuitry. I don't know if I actually pick up the knockout though. I'm gonna Woodhammer the Circuitry and just Volt Switch the Persian. I'm pretty sure Parting Shot's gonna come out. Yeah, the Circuitry's gonna protect too. Okay. Snarl. Oh, that's not what I expected at all. That works though. That worked. Well, I guess you lower my Manectric special attack stat. I will go for the Volt Switch into the Persian. Let's see. I think I could go Incineroar and just Fake Out, though. Fake Out plus -2 Banded Woodhammer. We're going to find out if it can knock out Circuitry. It depends on how bulky the set is. I could also Fake Out Persian, though, and go for the Banded Woodhammer and see if it KOs. Actually, I think that's a better play. I am kind of worried if my opponent switches directly into Silence, but I think Banded Woodhammer -1 would KO anyway. I'm going to Fake Out, and I'm just going to Woodhammer. We could also see Circuitry switch out, which I could definitely see, but we'll see if my opponent decides to do that. Nope. Looks like I went for the Parting Shot, I think. Could be AV Persian, too. Oh, we're faster, and we're not Intimidated. Please KO. This Banded. That's one huge strike gone. That's one huge strike gone. I made that play because I thought Parting Shot was pretty much very likely, because you might expect me to go for the Fake Out. You might expect me to be like one of the slower Bulus, which is why I went for that play, but luckily it worked out. Salamence is going to come out though. The battle's not over yet. This is still an uphill battle, especially since I think I need Bulu. I think I need to knock off the Persian slot, get rid of its item. I don't know if it's Berry or not. I think going on a Celesteela is fine though. Snarl could come out. No, you don't Snarl here, I think. I think you Parting Shot at worst case. But I think switching out Bulu here into Celesteela and going for a knockoff in a Persian if it does decide to Parting Shot, like my Incineroar, to get rid of a Berry. We also get to find out like what kind of item the Persian is. If it's like Darkium Z Parting Shot, or if it's like something else like Berry. It does go for Snarl actually. Maybe also trying to catch my Manectric, which is a solid play too, I guess. Let's see if knockoff can do some work against this Persian though. Oh, it's Dragon Dance. Oh, that's bad. The good thing is I don't need my Lightning Rod, so I can negate the Dragon Dance, but that's really difficult for me to deal with. It's Aya Papa Berry Persian. Okay, that works. I have to Autotomize with Celesteela, I feel like. I don't have to, really. I mean, it's useful. I'm gonna load... Actually, is Flare Blitz better or is Low Kick better? I think Flare Blitz is better. And I'm gonna Autotomize so I can outspeed Persian in the following turns. Yeah, Salamence is getting greedy, but I can't do anything about it. I need a free switch into Manectric. I don't think he goes for +6 though. I'm pretty sure it's just Snarl again. I'll play, okay. I shouldn't do too much to Celesteela since I'm not that invested. Yeah, I'm not that invested. Autotomize. I might go down to a Double Edge though. I might go down to a Double Edge. Flare Blitz into Persian. Should do a good amount still. Ooh, I get the burn. That's huge. I was just going for damage, but that works. because it negates the grassy terrain I gave my opponent. Grassy terrain also disappears, which is good for the meantime because I don't need the recovery as much as my opponent does right now. I think I'll go for... Should I go for Flare Blitz? I think I Flare Blitz here and I just protect. I don't care if I lose Incineroar because I get the free switch into Manectric, but depends on like what kind of set this is. Clefairy is actually the last Pokemon. Oh no, this could be bad. It's not Snorlax. So Bulu was wasted. I didn't need Bulu around. Okay, return into Celesteela. Okay. I should knock off that Clefairy if I get the chance. Flare Blitz into Clefairy. Actually does a really solid amount. But I'm going to go out on a Manectric here. I think I risk Manectric here and I just go for... I think Clefairy protects here. I'm just going to Flash Cannon anyway. Like, this is still weird of a position. Because this Salamence is looking to put in a lot of work, especially if it's like Heal Pulse Clefairy next to it. And yeah, the Clefairy protects. I'm pretty sure it's a return here into the Celesteela. Trying to pick up the knockout. Return. Yep. This should KO, I think. That does. So I can go out into my Tapu Bulu, I feel like. Or I could go on Incineroar. Both work. I'd rather go on a... Oh, shoot. Incineroar. I can't go in the Tapu Bulu because I'm going to go down to return anyway. So I go out into my Incineroar. I think I just click Fake Out. Volt Switch? Oh, this is where... Wait, do I carry Rock Move on my Bulu? That might help. Yeah, I carry Stone Edge. Okay. So I'm just going to Fake Out Salamence and Volt Switch because Heal Pulse doesn't change anything in this game. Encore could change something in this game though. But I will get an Intimidate off into Mence, and that means it's only a +1. So I think Incineroar should live one return. Oh, I think I messed up with the Bulu. My opponent didn't bring Snorlax, which is what I thought my opponent would have brought. Okay, no protects, Fake Out into Salamence. Follow Me comes out, which is fine. And Volt Switch, perfect. I also got a bit of chip on Mence, which is nice. Get a crit, I don't think it changes any calcs because I'm going to Flare Blitz Stone Edge anyway. I'm going to go out into Bulu. The problem is Follow Me is going to go off first. And then you're going to return Incineroar, I guess. I wish I had Rock Slide. Let's see. Stone Edge is always my play. And I Flare Blitz Clefairy. Clefairy is going to protect. Which means, what? Do you return the Bulu? Dragon Dance. Oh, please give me this Banded Stone Edge. Banded Stone Edge might help secure it. Okay. That's some good damage. That's some good damage. Oh boy. This is such a close game. I can't tell who wins. Go for Stone Edge and I go for Flare Blitz. Luckily Grassy Terrain's up, so if Salamence does carry like what can it carry? Earthquake, I should be fine. Oh, it's a Roost variant. Oh no. Actually, isn't that risky if I crit still? Stone Edge. I missed the Stone Edge. That's pretty big. Flare Blitz. Into Clefairy. That's going to pick up a knockout. This is tricky. This is tricky. This is such a tricky position. A Roost makes this thing really difficult to deal with. Persian. If I just brought Latios, Ice Beam would have just swept. Actually, no. Salamence outspeeds at +1. It wouldn't have changed anything. These Pokemon were still the best options for me. What's the Salamence at +2? No, I want to check out the Mensa's stats. Yeah, it's at +2. I don't know who you fake out either. I think you fake out Incineroar. So I'm gonna Stone Edge the Salamence and switch out to Manectric, because then I get fake out pressure for later. And then maybe I can knock out the Persian with like a Volt Switch. Because I think you fake out Incineroar in return, so you don't risk like maybe a Stone Edge crit. Actually, you could do either. We'll see. I think you... Let's see. I don't know. They're both justified. Oh, we're going to see return into Manectric. Parting Shot? That KO'd? Well, that's like, what, +2? Okay. Parting Shot? Yeah, I'm going to need a crit. I'm going to need a massive crit. And unfortunately, if I did connect the Stone Edge earlier, I would have KO'd it or forced it to roost. Okay. It's still not bad though. It's return, Dragon Dance, Roost, Protect. Okay. If I fake out Stone Edge to Mence and it doesn't protect, I win the game. But I don't think you ever risk Mence here. I don't think you ever risk Mence. I think fake out and a Persian Stone Edge might be the play. I'm gonna risk it. You should always protect Mence in my opinion. Oh. What if I just faked out Mence? Did you Parting Shot the Bulu? Stone Edge. Doesn't even knock out Persian. Oh, that's a blunder too. So my play wouldn't even have worked out. Oh, Mence is such a problem for this team. Stone Edge. Maybe I could get a burn on Mence. I gotta go for a burn on Mence, I feel like. Because you're gonna return Bulu, because you're not gonna risk the Stone Edge crit. Yep. And then you're gonna Parting Shot or Foul Play. It's one of those two. Parting Shot, okay. So if I crit, get a Flare Blitz burn, maybe I can bring back this game. I kinda wish I had Rock Tomb over Low Kick. Low Kick really hasn't helped with much. I need a Flare Blitz burn. Nah, I think return just knocks me out. Good game. Yeah, Mence was just too problematic. I had nothing that could really handle the Mence once it was set up Dragon Dance. My opponent put himself or herself into a fantastic position by just going for the position with Mence. Like I think brought Xurkitree as a lead because Xurkitree can one help the team for like a Mence sweep. It's not even much I can do, right? Yeah, nothing hit. That's it. Wait. Oh, it didn't have Protect. If I fake out Stone Edge. Okay. I'm not sure. I didn't know that. Okay. So I thought it had Protect because I thought we saw it earlier in the game. I guess I misremembered, but yeah, I didn't actually expect it to be no Protect Mence because in the past I have seen, and actually I'm currently using like a set actually pretty much the same except I Protect over Earthquake, and in the past I have used just return / double edge, Dragon Dance, Roost, and Protect. So that's what I thought my opponent's set was. But oh man, Earthquake. Yeah. If I just fake out Stone Edge. Well, one, I would have to connect Stone Edge. Two, there was like one Stone Edge miss, but like I guess that doesn't really change much because like I think he would Roost the next turn anyway, so it really wouldn't change much. But yeah, just Mega Salamence was just a big problem. I obviously did choke the game. Maybe I should have went for the one win condition where I hope he doesn't carry Protect. But I wasn't sure if he carried Protect because, you know, most Pokemon do in VGC, especially on like setup mods, so especially with like that kind of team, because you can recycle like Persian's Fake Out for instance. But Rip. So we're gonna go 1-1 in today's episode. Once again, I just want a video with this team that it goes undefeated, but looks like that's gonna have to wait for another time. Hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. If you did, please leave a like down below, shows your support, as well as you can check out my social medias down below. Check out the rest of my stuff on the channel, such as my side tiers. Johto X Alola is a online battle competition very similar to some doubles rules, where if you want to go check out, have some more content, it is being uploaded every day of this week on this channel. So if you want to go check it out, highly recommend doing so. But otherwise, feel free to leave a comment down below. I do try to reply to most of them if I can. I do read all of them. But otherwise, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people. I will catch you around in another video.